Going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and yes, our guy Bahorn has literally been out less than 24 hours. The past 7 hours in my live stream right now. We are live stream right now on YouTube. So the past 7 hours and a half, we've been talking about Bahorn, doing a bunch of testings, seeing what works with what. Once again, this is my initial guide for Bahorn, less than 24 hours out. Our only experience with him is that we did a ton of 1v1 testing. Big shout out to my boy Reef from Pay to Win. He definitely helped us out a ton. We did a bunch of testing, so let me get you guys here. So here's our guy Bahorn here. I will link the live stream of where we did all the testing. The initial part of that live stream off the get-go, as soon as you click on that link at the end of this video, it goes straight into all the different tests that we did. Okay, so number one, how do you get Bahorn? Okay, number one, how do you get Bahorn? He comes in like a bundle deal here called the Legendary Hero of Bahorn. We call him Bah for short because, you know, I've said Bahorn a lot the past few hours. But anyways, it's $5 to unlock him. Okay, $5 to unlock him. I personally went up to the first $20 bundle just to get him to $5. And that was because we needed to do testing. To get him all the way, it's $280. I'm pretty sure. You can fact check me if you want. It's $280, and you end up getting 190 heads, I believe. You can get him up to like 5.5 off Ripskis. I know some people are like, oh my god, another paywalled hero. Yes, it is unfortunate that our free-to-play homies can't get this hero. However, it is only $5 to unlock him. After that, you can just do and they put him in the dailies off Ripski. So we can't get into this whole like pack mentality of like, oh my god, all the, you know, it's just more paywalled heroes. They're a company at the end of the day, guys. They have to make their money. At least they put him in the dailies right away so we can get him going immediately. Anyways, that's how you get him. Going into our next portion here, we have the build. We're going to go straight into it. What build that I see is the best for Bahorn as of right now. We still need to see him, how he performs in the field, but this is a nice solid basis, okay? If you're new to the channel, I am a mage main in Call of Dragons here. I have over 1.2 billion kills on my account, okay? I'm always amongst the top fighters in my alliances. So a little bit of credibility there, okay? People know me primarily as a mage guy. So this is the build that I went with. Here's the thing with Bahorn, and this is going to definitely influence your build. This is a build for a Bahorn Moo build. Granted, it gets interesting with Bahorn, guys, because of his 20% March speed. Because if you pair him with Thea, what does that mean? She also has 20% March speed. Now you have 40% March speed, which kind of puts him in a weird spot. It puts him in a weird spot. I'm not going to lie. I'll get into my hero pairings recommendations anyways. But if you end up going Bah if you end up going Bah and Thea, Bah and Atheist, simply for the flyer side, I wouldn't put any March speed in these builds. I would just straight up stick with going overall defense here, and then the rest of this will look the same. You can see we went with the hero script, with the hero with a lot of the hero skill damage here. One of the things here for detached, a nice little side point for Ba, right? He actually likes normal attack damage. His normal attack damage is actually really good compared to some of the other marches that we have paired with our mages here. So maybe down the road, we're going to test a little bit. Instead of using detached, we can go with Unquenchable Will. But as of right now, I still think detached is better. Bam. And then we went over here to the overall attack. Now that some of that normal attack bonus that we lost, bang, we got it back here with normal attack damage bonus. I will potentially test overall defense to further mitigate the counterattack damage. And we went, you know, more hero skill damage here, extra damage, Army of Valor, and then took the extra HP. Like I said, this is specifically for mages. We did try out archers on the side. Okay, I'll give you guys some sneak peeks, okay, of how it did with archers, and it did not do good, bro. Let me tell you. And we were testing a maxed out Bahorn. Okay, we were testing a maxed out Bahorn. So yeah, it was a little tough. I'll show you guys that. But like I said, this is for what I would run with Ba Mu. Okay, if I was running Ba with like Thea or Atheist, this would look a little bit different. This would look a little bit different. If I was going Ba Thea, instead of Boiling Blood, I would go over here with Spirit of Rage, right? Because Thea doesn't do Deputy, right? She doesn't do skill damage. So would it make sense? You go with Spirit of Rage here, bang, right? That would be the main switch that I would do there if running it with Thea. If you have any questions as far as the build go, like guns, I'm running Ba with this person or Ba with that person. Do you recommend this, recommend that? Put it in the comment section. Hit me up on Discord. Let me know. Okay, moving on to the pairings. You guys ready for this? Okay, here we go. Here is the thing when it comes to the pairings. Let me turn my camera off. Boop. Okay. This is what I would do. I can't put my Ba primary right now because I only have him at 5-1, currently leveling him up. I would put Ba primary, Mu secondary, taking advantage of that skills tree to further enhance Mu's AoE damage. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, guns, what about Ba Thalea? What about Ba Thundolin? What about Ba Tohar, Bertrand, Lilia, Valen, Mag, Zay, all of these other different builds? Let me save you the time, okay? Is it possible to pair them? We tested out Ba with Thundolin and Thalea, and he actually did really good. Even with Tohar, even with Bertrand, and he did well. And what I will say, Ba, and you guys got to take my word for this, right? You guys got to take, I'll kind of glance over some of the reports for you guys on this video towards the end. But we did test out Ba and Mag. Some people were thinking that Ba and Mag were going to do good because of the normal crit, because he gets that extra crit for the normal attack, right? But it didn't turn out that way. This is only in the 1v1 testings. Will we test it out in the field? Maybe, maybe not. As far as that enhancement, or not enhancement, as far as that build goes. Bear with me on the video. I've been talking all day, so I'm a little gassed. Now, when it comes to the pairings, I got 3 recommendations, and we're going to go straight into it. It's either going to be Ba Mu, which is going to be my primary recommendation. Second, it's going to be either Ba Valen or Ba Thea. Okay? Number 1, why Ba Mu? The reason why that I would say Ba Mu is 1, Mu, you want her in your lineup because she's also helping out the rest of your marches with the healing on, I believe it's her second skill. And on top of that, with Ba Mu, you can actually speed sync your marches, right? You can actually speed sync your marches, okay? As opposed to a Ba Valen with 0 speed in your talent tree, you're already at 40% march speed compared to 26% on the rest of your kit. Brother, that is not ideal. So it kind of makes it a no-brainer for me personally if I go this route with the Ba Mu. Unfortunately for me, I don't have Ba at a good spot yet to be able to replace what I'm currently running, and I'll show you that what I have right now. But if you were to go that, I would say Ba Thea and Ba Valen are great. And like I said, as side notes, yes, Ba does great with Thundolin and Thalea. We can go into some more in-depth guides later for those. Does good with Bertrand and Tohar as well. Okay, moving on from the builds or the pairings. If you have any more questions on the pairings, feel free to drop a question in the comment section below, and I'm sure you will. Moving into the artifacts. No, I told you guys that I was going to show you guys what I'm running anyways, right? Bang, that's what I'm running. As a 5 march. Okay. Ideally, I'm going to run this. Anyways, moving on to the artifact. Who or what artifact am I going to be running with the Ba Mu if I were to do Ba Mu? Okay. Or even a Ba Thea. 100%, guys. Visage of Sanctus. This, guys, is an artifact that has been slept on, including me, including me, since it came out. This artifact is amazing. On top of that, guys, we also saw that there, with the recent patch, there's going to be a change to the merit system based off supporting, and shield 100% is going to be in that algorithm. So with you being able to shield your other heroes, it's probably going to raise up the value of Visage of Sanctus by a metric, okay, by a lot, in my opinion. So I think number one is going to be Visage of Sanctus when it comes to the artifact. I got my little notes here. Yeah, I could have put it on my computer, but I'm old, so I got my little notepad, okay? Second, if you don't have Visage of Sanctus, it is a Forge of Light artifact, right? I would go with either Breath of Gargantus or the Tear of Arbon, okay, guns? I don't have any one of those. Go with the Fang, okay? I don't have a Fang. You can throw any of the other artifacts on there with, like, for example, I think even a good a Phoenix Eye could do good. Okay, a good Phoenix Eye. Like I said, a Fang. If you're in season 1, which I don't think you guys get these heroes till season 2, so yeah, you could probably go at the lowest level, a Time Bomb. Okay, moving on to the pets. What pet do I recommend for Bahorn? Specifically Bahorn Mu, or even any of the other pairings. Number 1, Sapphire Phaedrake. Like I was mentioning to my stream, I feel like the Sapphire Phaedrake overall is absolutely, hands down, not even close, the best pet in the game when it comes to field fighting. Because can the Shadow Phaedrake individually do more damage? Yeah, I'm sure. It probably does, right? Because it has the extra damage dealt with captive and everything. But the Sapphire Phaedrake, especially when you're lucky and you have a 310 Spirit each slot, brother, oh my god, with no diffuse damage, oh, it's just disgusting, bro. It's so nasty. It's amazing. Okay, moving on. The second one that I would recommend is the Sand Lizard. And the reason why I would recommend the Sand Lizard on the second part is because not only can it do good with the Sand Lizard, okay, I know that you guys see the chain strike here, so you wouldn't have this here. You would have put like we did a little bit of theory crafting, a little bit with what we would put here. You can put with like a poison gland, you know what I'm saying, a robust body. You could even put an eruption. Those are some of the other ones that I would put on there, right? Pretty much almost those two specifically, with the HP bypass or interruption. Shield Breaker is also a good one. So those are the two pets that I recommend. Could you run a Seraphic? Yes, you can. But I do think the Sapphire would be better in that case. Could you run a Shadow? Yeah, you probably can. If you have some extras laying around and you don't want to spend the extra skills and regen pods to do them, then you can also do the pet. Okay, so we went over the build. Okay, some side notes. Some side notes that we have here. I know some of you guys are probably wondering watching this video. Who do I go for, guns? Do I go for Mu or do I go for Ba? What do you guys think the answer is? Based off what I'm currently seeing, okay, I think Mu is still the better investment. We're in a very interesting time in the Call of Dragons timeline where we're just getting smacked with heroes left and right. And some of us are feeling a little bit anxious. Guns, help me. Do I go for Mu? Do I go for Ba? Do I go for Sybil? Do I go for Fulgrim? Like, where do I go, guns? I need you to tell me where to go. Okay, first of all, these are just my recommendations, okay? I always recommend to gather information for not just one YouTube channel, multiple YouTube channels, but be careful which ones you watch. I'm just gonna put that out there, okay? And also not just YouTube channels, okay? Talk to the SMEs. I call them SMEs, subject matter experts. Write that down. Are you a SME? I'm a mage SME. I'm a mage SME. I'm a mage subject matter expert, right? We got our SPs out there. Okay, we got our fluffies out there. We got my boy Mave. You got all these guys. I didn't mention all of them. If I didn't mention you, relax. Okay, it was just quick mentions. Okay, of some top tier players. Talk to them. Gather all the information and then make your decision on your investment. However, back to my question: Mu or Ba? Hands down, Mu. Hands down. Right? One of the things that I would say with Bahorn He's limited to flying heroes. Can he do good with non-flying units? Yes, he can do good. Is he going to do the best? No, he's not going to do the best. That's one of the things that we were seeing with Bahorn. He mainly prioritizes with flying heroes. Okay, so if you don't have a flying unit, for example, if you use a Vestal or use a normal archer, like you're not going to benefit from the second sentence here. Flying legions also gain 4% attack and 8% march speed. You have to have flying legions. Now we did testing for like an hour and a half on the question. Whoa, guns. Thea skill says when Legion is composed of entirely flying units, their attack is increased by 10% and their march speed is increased by 20%. That is not the same verbiage as Bahorn over here that says flying legions. Okay? It's also gaining all this other stuff. It's different in verbiage. Don't worry. We went in and tested it out. Okay? We can confirm it even more later on, but as of right now, this is what we found out. Okay? That second sentence there does not benefit from Vestals, normal archers. It has to be flying units, right? I.e. Celestials, flying calves, Wyvern riders. Things like that will actually get triggered by this, by our little jetpack man here. So one of the other things that we were thinking is, okay, do both the primary commander and the deputy have to be flying heroes? No, they don't. Okay? No, they do not. You can have, for example, Bob Valen, and you'll still trigger the second sentence as long as you have Celestials or the flying heroes. So it literally works the same as we know how Thea's skill works over here. Even though the verbiage is a little bit different, it's still working the same. Okay, it's still working the same. Dude, we spent, oh my God, it was actually embarrassing how we were trying to figure that out. Right. Ultimately, the way that we tested it. So some of you guys wondering like, okay, he's saying that, but how did they do the testing? We essentially tested it by walking over to a node. Right. We did Ba and Atheist. Right. We did Ba and Atheist, and then we did Ba and Valen. We tested it with Vestals and Celestials to kind of test that. And that's ultimately how we saw, like, okay, if they're getting the march speed boost, then they're definitely getting the attack boost as well. Let's see. What other notes do I got here? Do I recommend for low spends? No, I do not. I do not recommend him for the low spends. Okay, because there's still other marches. For example, Mags A. That is literally a G7 hero. I feel like there's a bunch of other ways for you, quote unquote, low spend. Some of you guys consider yourself low spends, but you're definitely more in the mid spend category. So if you consider yourself a low spend and you're still a little unsure whether you should go for them or not, go ahead and message me. Okay, message me in Discord. You have to, for me to go like into an in-depth, like answer like a million questions, you gotta be a member of my YouTube channel. Okay. You got to be a member of my YouTube channel. Check the description box down below if you're interested. If you're not a member and you want some in-depth guides from me directly to you, one-on-one, you have to be a member of the channel, okay? If you're not a member of the channel, I'll probably answer like a question or two and then help out other people as well, okay? So, wow. A mouthful. A lot of stuff, guys. Is there anything in the YouTube chat right now that you guys feel like I missed? Okay, before we start going into some of these reports. Okay, kind of going over my notes here. Okay, let me show you guys some of the reports. Guns, want to swap. Oh, he wants a... Okay, I got you, SP, after this video. Okay, going into some of the reports. Bang. You guys want to see this? We did a Bahorn Waldir just for the testing. Smoked. We did a Bahorn Tohar. Tohar did great. Remember, I told you guys Bahorn Tohar did pretty good. I'll go through these rather quickly. We're going to get some more in-depth guides later, or just kind of seeing into the testing. We did a Lilia Bahorn. Something about the Lilia Bahorn is not working. If you know, if you have a good answer, nice detailed answer, let me know in the comment section below. Why is Lilia Bahorn not doing as good as Lilia Valen? Because if you were to come up to me and say, Lilia Bahorn is not going to do as good as Valen Bahorn, I'd be like, what? That doesn't make sense. But that is what it is right now. At least from the testing that we've been doing, right? Lilia Bahorn is just getting cooked over and over again. We tried Hosk Bahorn. Right here. Cooked. Okay, we did that one. We did Bahorn Valen. Bahorn Valen did good. Like I told you guys, Bahorn Valen does good. It's also a good option. And that's why I'm going through these, so you guys can kind of see in the proofs. Bahorn Moo, you're like, whoa, Guns. You recommended Moo Prime. You recommended Bahorn Moo, the main one. What is going on here? Calm down. Moo Shang is only 5'4", 3'5". She's missing a lot, and I wouldn't say a ton, but she's definitely missing some key ingredients there that will definitely show us to, especially her awakening skill, right? That extra % attack. Yeah, once again, the Bahorn Valen did well there. That's the Bahorn Moo. Let me scroll up here. We did a Magrat Bahorn. It did decent. But not as good as some of the other ones, and definitely not good enough to take away Zeta from Mag. We did a lot of testing. We did a Ba Atheist. Not bad. We did a Bertram Bahorn. Not bad. It still kind of got cooked though. We did Mag. We did a Mag Zay versus Lilia Valen, kind of just like as a baseline to kind of see how good it's doing. Thundalin Bahorn did well. And then we tested it compared to Thundalin Leia, and this is like a little extra for you guys. If you made it this far in the video, they might have fixed them. Guys. I'm getting a little excited just looking at this, because for the first time, and you can fact check me, like I said, fact check me, I have never seen the Leia do more skill damage than Thundalin. Even in the 1v1s. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Okay, let me show you guys some other reports for you Archer mains or Cav mains. This is for the Cav mains. I know you're heartbroken. You're heartbroken. Your hopes were really high to have Bahorn into your Cav lineup. Like I mentioned, if you have flying Cavs, okay, I think you might be cooking something. But if you have any of the other Cavs, I don't think so, because you're not gonna get the full value from that second scale of Bahorn, because you need that flying heroes, right? Okay, bing. Hosk Bahorn archers against Sindrion Freygar, cooked. Sindrion Bahorn instead of Sindrion Freygar, cooked. Gorish Skogul taking it out with tanks. Just keep Gorish Skogul together. They're like PB and J. Why would you try to pull apart PB and J? They're meant to be together. I think Bahorn might be doing okay with maybe another tank type, but Moo would still definitely take that place and doing better than a Gorish Bahorn. A Gorish Moo would definitely do better. Okay. Once again, that second skill, bro. Like I mentioned to you guys, that second skill really holds them back. Ties them down to the flying heroes. Bahorn Thea, right? Bahorn Thea does good. You guys see this, right? Bang. It does good, chat. For a flying hero, pretty solid. And then Bahorn Vertran did well. Boom, boom, boom. So those are just some little extra reports for you guys there of how they're doing. If there's any other questions that you guys have, man, if there's any other questions, if you're, while I'm saying that, I look over. If you're wondering what the QR code, that is my personal link to invite new players to the game. If you're a new player and you made it this far, which if you're a new player, I highly doubt you made it this far, because all the data stuff was probably like boring, right? For my hardcore players, I know you made it this far. But yeah, that is a QR link that can help me out directly for new players trying to play the game. This is our initial testings for Ba. Okay. There's going to be more testings that we do, but this is the initial thing that we have. Okay, if you have any other questions, put it in the comment section below. Once again, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a like on this video. It definitely helps us out a ton, more than you can imagine. Okay, more than you can imagine. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video. Just like how I'm live right now, doing all these live testings with everyone, working together as a community, because my guides are not just based off my own experience. It's also with the help of the rest of the community. You know, the community, everyone kind of pitches in. Some of you guys definitely troll me, but you know, for the most part, everyone comes in. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Until next time, it's your boy, and I'm Guns. Peace, guys. Take it easy.